just went bought me a laundry machine, so I can keep washing money. Them gon' act like they down with the team, but they ain't get nothing from me. I have to get dripped before I hit the scene.
What's good? We back with another one, man. Y'all know what's going on, man. Drake has filed another lawsuit against UMG. This time he's starting to separate himself from the Kendrick Lamar beef, and it really seems like he's just starting to target UMG as a corporation. The video is dropped explaining what's going on. I don't know the ins and outs and all the details of it, but we're gonna find out. We're gonna find out together. So you know what I'm saying? Grab you some popcorn. You know what I'm saying? Get right, and let's dive into it. And this is by Chig Smooth. Drake files federal defamation lawsuit on UMG and fears for his life before Kendrick Lamar's Super Bowl show. Let's see.
I know Chigs is in here recording this.
No Chig Smooth in here, right? So whatever you say,
you know Chig gonna have everything up there.
Whatever you say, Chig's gonna be on YouTube with it, man.
Back in November of 2024, Drake filed a petition with the court in order to try to get more information in how UMG and Spotify were promoting Kendrick and his music,
That's what kicked everything off, man. That's what kicked everything off. And what, 4 months later, we still doing
targeted towards Drake in the middle of their rap war. And yesterday, Tuesday, January 14th, Drake and his team would withdraw that motion, but that wouldn't last long, as that step was just preliminary. As today, Wednesday, January 15th of 2025, Drake would officially launch a lawsuit against UMG for defamation. They would try to make it clear that this isn't a lawsuit towards Kendrick Lamar based on what he said. This is a lawsuit against UMG based on them releasing and supporting a lie. What's up, y'all? It's your man Talker's World Report for the Chig Smooth channel. We got to talk about this. Okay.
All right. So Drake is about to sue UMG for them releasing and supporting a lie. All right. I've always had this thought in the back of my mind, and I've always wondered if this could potentially happen. But all right. So Drake is saying that him being called a pedophile or whatever is a lie. Cool. What about all these murder rappers or whatever you want to call them, the little drill rappers and whatnot, that lie in their music about putting the ops in the pack and all of that, and then it leads to the death of someone or some kind of violence? Are the record labels, are they responsible for that? Do they have some kind of stake in the violence that's going on? Should they have to offer up a little bit of payment, some of that money they're making yearly, to some of these families of the violence? That's where I think about all this stuff, man. And that's really kind of where I was hoping that it would go. You know, Drake got to be the one to do it. I'd love to see it, man. But I definitely think that there are crimes against society that the music industry has committed. And, I would love to see them kind of pay for that. But yeah, I think about this, man. I think about, they say the FBG Duck's mom was going to sue the record label that Lil Durk was under or something like that because of the things that he said about her son. And it's like, all right, if we could start to get the record label and make them accountable for the things they're putting out and they're promoting and they're putting money behind it, they're putting their machine behind to get out there to the masses, then maybe we can make some changes, man. You got to make people responsible, and you got to hit them in their pockets where it hurt. So I say all that to say, I'm not too upset at Drake for taking legal action where he sees fit. Do I think that Not Like Us called him a pedophile and, you know what I'm saying, and all that stuff? I can see how he feels that way, but I can also see where he's done some strange things in the public eye, and those are the only things that we know about that could make you feel like maybe it got some validity to it. Hey, it wouldn't have stuck so well if it ain't have a little bit of validity to it, you know what I'm saying? But back to the video.
According to TMZ, Drake said UMG...
Let's rewind a little bit, man. Make sure we ain't lose a thread.
We got to talk about this. According to TMZ, Drake said, UMG used Not Like Us to tear down my career, sues label for defamation. And at the end of this article, they'll talk about why Drake believes UMG did this. They say Drake is not backing down in the war against his own label. In fact, he's now up the ante by suing Universal Music Group for spreading the, quote, false and malicious narrative he's a P. Drake filed the defamation case Wednesday morning.
I get it, man. This guy got $1 million brand deals that are just based on his face and likeness alone. You know what I'm saying? So being called a P word can definitely impact that. But it's like, come on, buddy, you got to think about the things that you done, man. Some things you do are kind of strange with the different age groups, given your You hate yourself. But you know, that word may have been a little far looking back in retrospect. But it's like it's a rap battle, man. You wanna that's like we talking noise out on the basketball court, and then you want to go home and tell your parents on it, you know, as kids. It's like, come on, bro, leave it on the basketball court.
He's a P.
He ain't leave it on the basketball court.
Drake filed the defamation case Wednesday morning in federal court in New York City, ripping UMG for releasing and promoting Kendrick Lamar's vicious diss track, Not Like Us. In the docs obtained by TMZ Hip Hop, Drake says UMG knew full well Kendrick's lyrics and images in the music video, referring to Drake as a P, were false and dangerous. In the suit, he calls Kendrick's
Again, back to my earlier point, man. He's saying that Drake, that UMG is they're kind of complicit in this. Like they knew that the lyrics that this guy was spitting. Let's take the people out of it, man. Let's look at the situation. The lyrics that this artist were rapping were false and they were dangerous. If Drake wins this, I tell you, man, it could get sticky. Hey, you know what? Earlier today, I played that "Watch the Party Die" by Kendrick Lamar. If you ain't heard that song or you ain't heard it in a minute, go play it, man. Go play it.
hit filled with
We in some interesting times in the music industry.
In the suit, he calls Kendrick's hit, filled with, quote, inflammatory and shocking allegations, was a, quote, goldmine for UMG.
A rapper saying inflammatory and shocking allegations is crazy, and paperwork or not.
And he says they had an ulterior financial motive in
They got an ulterior financial motive in everything that they promote. I mean, they got the same thing when they were doing things with Drake. Wasn't Drake a part of like UMG when he did the beef with Meek Mill? Weren't they promoting that? You know what I'm saying? The back-to-back and all of this. So it's like, this is just how the record business goes. It's just how it goes. So like, yeah, you gonna bring it down? Let's see it. Let's see it.
in promoting it. Drake claims his label was doing everything it could to pump up Not Like Us because it knew it would devalue Drake's music and brand, and therefore give UMG leverage in future contract negotiations with Drake.
I'm not trying to get stuck on this parallel, man, but I still think about the drill rappers where I've heard, I don't know if this is true or not, but I heard that some of these record labels take out like life insurance, or you know what I'm saying? Even if they're not taking out true life insurance policies on these artists. If you got the masters for somebody's song and you know that if they pass away and it becomes a national news story, that the streams are going to go up, that's going to turn into money for you. It's somewhat like a life insurance policy, man. So I feel what Drake's saying, but I think it's going to be way bigger than what he's calling out here. Like, this is a very self-centered way to view it, and I mean, he should. It's his lawsuit, you know what I'm saying? But I just hope this expands some more, man. This could really get interesting.
How bold as a company can you be to promote that type of record against one of your artists and then assume that he's gonna re-sign to you? But TMZ will continue saying Drake says he's got bot receipts to show just how far the label went to turn Kendrick's song into an anthem. According to the suit, UMG paid a third party to use bots to increase the song's streams by at least 30 million and engaged in a, quote, pay-for-play
Again, this is
scheme
stuff that
with
all
at
the
least
artists do.
one
This ain't
radio
nothing new.
promoter. He claims UMG attached the label chart topper to Not Like Us, despite knowing that title was based on fraudulent data. It's also clear Drake's very mindful of what's going
That's petty
down
as hell,
in
man.
New Orleans next month. In the suit, he claims UMG was in on getting Kendrick the Super Bowl halftime gig, so the song could be performed on that massive stage, which he calls, quote, one of the most significant and viewed cultural events of the year. Which is
That boy's scrambling, man. It's scrambling. I've seen on the internet somewhere where they're saying he's just trying to do anything he can to stop Kendrick from performing that song at the halftime show. And there are discussions around like, will Kendrick perform it or not? And I think he definitely is. If you don't, you know what I'm saying, you definitely missing out a moment. You ain't got to use a P word or throw Buddy under the bus too much more than outside of the want. You know what I'm saying? I'd love to see it perform. I don't think he's gonna do like the full lyric that are in the explicit version. You know what I'm saying? I think he's gonna do something cut for the clean, make it crowd friendly. You know what I'm saying? Save Drake a little bit of face a little bit. You know what I'm saying? I don't think that Kendrick Lamar is evil. You know what I'm saying? He wanted to kick his ass, but he ain't trying to, you know what I'm saying?
interesting that Drake feels so highly
But yeah, I think that boy's shaking in his boots, bro.
about the Super Bowl because once upon a time there was a narrative being pushed out to say Drake turned down the Super Bowl plenty of times. This isn't even that big of a deal. And even in November, when Drake announced his Australia tour starting on the weekend of the Super Bowl. Academics TV said Kendrick will get paid nothing to perform at the Super Bowl, while Drake will be making millions.
This guy right here, man. He hurt his credibility, bro. He hurt his credibility. I think for like 2024, he's one of the top hip hop media outlets, just like on the internet of all, you know what I'm saying, for the year. And I think he's starting to tarnish some of that with all of this Drake, and because some of the information he putting out, it don't really be factual. I mean, like, you know, this is cool or whatever. I ain't hating on this, but some of the stuff he put out don't be factual. And then it come to bite him in the back and at the end, and you know, then he looking crazy, and now his fans looking at him like, oh, you giving out bad information, or you know what I'm saying, or you can play with. That's really the worst thing to happen in the internet era is for them to turn your friends against you. And Drake seems to be his friend. If the internet could turn him against him, then that could you know what I'm saying? That
was a narrative for the public, but it seems like internally, Kendrick being chosen to headline the Super Bowl seemed to have been more impactful than we knew at the time. And then TMZ.
I ain't heard nothing else about this tour though. I want to see some more about it. I hope he's still going on it.
TMZ would ask a great question that I want you guys to answer in the comment section what you think. They say,
you think he gonna be watching the Super Bowl from Australia? He definitely got to. He got to. That's a worldwide occasion. Goddamn.
Hey, you gotta wonder, will the NFL and Fox, which is airing the Super Bowl, allow Kendrick to use the P lyrics when he performs? One, do you think he will perform the song? And two, do you think he even has to say the words himself? Now
the crowd definitely will say it, but they'll probably like cut this track before it get to that or something. But nah, I feel like Kendrick, I feel like he ain't shown he a warrior, but I feel like he a classy dude at the end of the day. You know what I'm saying? I don't think he ain't gonna go that far with it.
He has to say is, say Drake, I hear you like, and then the crowd will finish it. So do you think he will say the words, and or do you think the NFL would try to step in before that even becomes an issue? But as we continue, TMZ says, interestingly, Drake isn't going directly after Kendrick in the suit. In fact, he says, quote, this lawsuit is not about the artists who created Not Like Us. It is instead entirely about UMG, the music company that decided to push, promote, exploit, and monetize the song, which it knew contained false claims.
All right, what about when UMG decided to publish, promote, exploit, and monetize, like Mob Ties by Drake, where he's talking about, oh, you can go listen to the song and see what he's talking about. Is that a false claim? I don't know nothing, man. I'm just on the ground level looking at this, trying to figure out what's going on and stay entertained at the same time. You know what I'm saying? At the end of the day, this don't really impact me that much. You know what I'm saying? Hopefully it doesn't personally impact you either. You can take this as a source of entertainment and live on with your life. You know what I'm saying?
Claims. As for how,
but we definitely gonna sit back and watch it happen.
The song put Drake in danger. He points out that since Kendrick dropped the mega hit, there have been multiple shootings at or near his Toronto mansion, one of which ended with one of his security guards getting shot. The music
factual statement. The internet says it was related to an issue he had with another artist from Toronto, but it did happen after that. So
industry
technically he's right.
And fans of Kendrick and Drake thought Drake was retreating in this legal battle because on Tuesday he'd filed a motion to drop a legal action he'd filed against UMG and Spotify in New York State court. Our sources tell us that was merely done to clear the way for the new federal case.
Okay. Dropped a little suit to make the big suit. Again, man, if Drake want to take that angle of the music industry lying and pushing lies, and then that having a real life effect, then that could get very interesting. If it's going to just stay scoped to this one situation where Drake is just talking about himself, then it's probably going to come and go. But if we can make this a larger issue in the music industry as a whole.
So this is not Drake taking a step back. This is Drake taking a step forward and bringing it to UMG's doorstep.
Okay.
Whose side are you on? Do you think Drake will be successful? Let me know what you think about all this in the comment section. Peace.
Drake said he pulled himself back to launch forward a little bit more. So that's going to get interesting, man. Like I say, y'all see the angle I want to take it. We're going to see what Drake actually does with it and how the music industry responds, man. But it's another one. It's your boy, Big Nardo. We out. Peace.